Dorothea Lange's work was influential towards the development of documentary photography. She was born on May 26, 1895, in Hoboken, New Jersey. At age 7, she contracted polio, which attacked her right leg. She was nicknamed Limpy by her classmates. Although this was bothersome in her childhood years, she later stated, "I think it perhaps was the most important thing that happened to me. It informed me, guided me, instructed me, helped me, and humiliated me. All those things at once."
After high school, her mother asked her what she wanted to be, and although she had no camera or even taken a photograph, she knew she wanted to be a photographer. Dorothea set out on her own apprenticeship and attended a photography course at Columbia University. In 1918, she moved to San Francisco and started her own portrait studio. The Great Depression in 1929 left many unemployed and homeless.
Although she liked working with her wealthy clients, she knew there was distress on the streets. As she stated, "I was aware there was a very large world out there that I had not entered too well, and I decided I'd better." After her first work on the streets called White Angel, her photographs caught people's attention and she began working for the Resettlement Administration, later called the Farm Security Administration.
Dorothea traveled, documenting rural hardships for the FSA. She continued on documenting injustices to raise awareness to the people as she did in the Japanese American internment camps. Dorothea aimed to make a difference as her work reflected her vision of the common good and her commitment to effect change. This photo is titled White Angel Breadline, which is a silver gelatin print taken by Dorothea Lange. A little backstory for this photo: by 1932, Dorothea Lange had built up a successful studio shooting portraits for the wealthy families in San Francisco. Because not many could afford portraits during the Great Depression, Lange spent increasing amounts of time looking out her window to the city life before where she had a re-revelation of sorts. This quote is from Dorothea Lange, A Photographer's Life by Milton Meltzer. She thought again of that time in the mountains when she had realized she had to take pictures of all kinds of people, not only the rich and comfortable who could pay her, and said to herself this day, "I'd better make this happen." At this time, Dorothea Lange decided to photograph a breadline that was run by a woman called the White Angel. This selfless woman ran the breadline purely off the donations that she received. The camera Lange used was a 3/4 by 4/4 Graflex, and she managed to take 12 exposures and 3 were of the breadline. Oddly enough, the actual photo was found by her assistant after she had removed the film from the holder. He had discovered it at the bottom of the holder in the darkroom and developed it. The photo currently resides in Oakland Museum of California. The photo is sadly not available to view at the time. White Angel Breadline was one of Lange's first attempts at street photography and has become one of the most notable photographs from the Depression era. But this acclamation did not come about immediately. At first, she did not know what to do with the photo and just hung it in her studio, and would occasionally receive comments such as, "What would you do with that kind of photo?" She later uses this example as an encouragement for young photographers. Don't let that question stop you, because ways open that are unpredictable if you pursue them far enough.
Another one of Lange's works, called One Nation Indivisible, shows school children, half of which are Japanese, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. The main focus of this photo is a Japanese girl shown with her right hand on her heart, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. This photo was taken on April 6, 1942, at Raphael Wales School in San Francisco's Japantown. A few weeks after this photo was taken, the girl was relocated with many other Japanese Americans to desolate areas in the Sierra Nevada mountains. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, there was an increase in triggered assaults on Japanese people in America. The internment of Japanese Americans was the forced relocation and incarceration of Japanese people. 110,000 to 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry were affected. Executive order was authorized by Franklin D. Roosevelt, and it allowed military officials to put Japanese people into government camps. This affected all of California, parts of Oregon, Washington, and Arizona. Lange's photographs speak to a shameful part of America's history, when all persons of Japanese descent were forced into internment camps because of their supposed risks to national security. The Pledge of Allegiance says we do not discriminate, yet internment of Japanese Americans is discriminatory. In this photo, there's a representation of America with a variety of races shown in the background. However, the center of the photo is a Japanese girl. As we can see on her facial expression, she looks confused as if she doesn't belong, and she doesn't want to state the Pledge of Allegiance. If the pledge is promising liberty and justice for all, then her and her people are not getting what is promised. She is not getting this justice, yet she is still following what she knows by reciting the pledge, and she still shows loyalty. In this photo, Lange uses head-on flash, which is hardly seen from her. She was trying to be deadpan, but also showing her cards. This photograph was particularly appealing to me because of the point Lange was trying to make. Although the Japanese girl is reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, which promises liberty and justice for all, she is not getting this. There is racism and discrimination when the Japanese Americans should be treated equally, as the pledge says, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.